What up, YouTube? This the Dark Brotherhood back again with another YouTube video on Dragunities, not Dragunities or any of that. But yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a little information on how I run my deck because everybody runs theirs differently. So give y'all a little scoop on ours. All right, start off with we have three Dragunity ducks, however you want to say it. Doesn't really matter, but everybody uses him to bring out a synchro, which another name I can't say, but I'm gonna say it anyway, Piranagen. But everybody used to bring out him with Flanix, which you will see here in a minute. But he's very handy, his effect, and for every Dragunity he gets 200 extra attack. So yeah, he's pretty useful even by himself without, you know what I'm saying, if you don't bring back Flanix, he's pretty useful. So Dragunity ducks at 3. I have Paroxylene 3 Flanixes, which I'm getting at my next locals. But he's used with Dukes. If you play Dukes and he's in the grave, you bring him back, and then bring him the Flanix's effect, special summons Flanix, and you sync off, and you bring out a level 6 of your choice. So yeah, Flanix, he's a must-have in the deck. Okay, we'll move on to Legionnaire. I have three Legionnaires. Legionnaire is a very destructive card. In my opinion, if they when the next ban list comes out and Dragunity's top or they make it anywhere good, they're gonna ban him. He's gonna get fucked up. So yeah, he's gonna get messed up. But he's a real good card with his combo, which I'm about to show you next, which is 3 Elkius. Now, use Elkius when he's in the grave, bring him Legionnaire out, bring him back with Legionnaire's effect. Legionnaire's effect, use Elkius, pop, send to the grave, Legionnaire effect pops 1, Elkius effects pop 1. That's 2 cards, and if their field's open, that's an easy 1200, no problem. So, Legionnaire and Elkius are definitely a good combo, very good combo in the deck. Now, me personally, I run 2 Mistolins, just for the simple fact that I use Thought Ruler in my extra synchro deck. I use him, I mean, he's rarely, quickly, easily to get out. If you have, don't say you don't have Card of Connaissance, which is another card in this deck I'm going to show you here in a minute, but say you have a Flanix in your hand and you summon him, you can tribute Flanix to special summon him, and then you can bring back your Flanix, special summon your Flanix to the field and sync off for 8. That's a quick Thought Ruler, Stardust, any good 8-star synchro that you want to use. That they're really quick. I use 2 Leviathan. Most people run 3. I really don't care too much for 3 because if you draw him and you don't get Dragon Ravine, then he's very useless. But if you do have Dragon Ravine and you draw him, he is real easy to spam really fast if you know what to do and you have the right cards in your graveyard. So run him at 2. Then I have Goris. Most people don't run Goris in this deck for the simple fact that I guess I really couldn't even tell you, but I think Goris should be a stable monster. There is, if anybody thinks about it like that, more power to you, but I think about Goris as a stable monster. I mean, if you have nothing left and they have something big out there, I've seen my cousin do it plenty. I've seen him do it just the other day. Drop a Goris, had a 4,500 token, and OTK'd him in the next turn. I mean, Goris is an awesome card. And then you have Lightning Darkness Dragon, or LD Dragon as the Brotherhood's going to call it. LD Dragon is good. I mean, the loop is okay. It's very broken. It is very broken. If you want to just keep spamming Leviathan, then this is the best. Run the loop. But if not, I mean, you can take him out and the deck would still be good. But those are my monster choices. Now we're on to my magics and my traps. We have pot of avarice. I run pot of avarice in here because, say for instance, I got a whole bunch of stuff in my graveyard that I really want to recycle or need to recycle. I just put them back in there, and then I get to draw two. Pot of avarice is good in just about any deck. I mean, it's a personal thing. Yeah, you can call it a stable. Giant Trunade. Everybody knows what that does. Stable card. Two MSTs. Another stable card for me. It varies. Some people run one, two. I mean, it all depends on your personal preference. One card that you cannot remove from the deck at all is three Dragon Ravines. You gotta have Dragon Ravine. Without Dragon Ravine, this deck would be garbage. I mean, there's no other explanation but garbage. I mean, Dragon Ravine is a very, 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 very good card. I mean, you can discard out your hand if you got something you don't need, or if you got Flanix or Elkias, discard, draw, pull out your deck, whatever you want. I mean, it's good against GKs. I mean, somebody pulls out their Necro Valley, you can turn around and pull out your Dragon Ravine and pop it. I mean, yeah, it's a very good field spell. And to get out that field spell, I use one terraforming. I would probably run two. I'm probably going to put in two. It all depends. I mean, two could come up and be a dead draw. You could mess around and get a terraforming in your hand and a dragon ravine in your hand and be really, really, really messed up. But I think one's a pretty good choice. Two card reconnaissance, shiny. For all y'all, I don't think y'all can see that, but it's shiny. This one's common. It's not shiny, but who cares? Two card reconnaissance. It's good. It's good draw power. Very good draw power. In case you get Flanix or Elkias, you need to dump them real fast, or you don't have anything, but you have one of them in your hand. Good draw power. Next we have Darkhold, stable. Book of Moon. Since it got hit at one, I mean it varies. Most people don't use it. Some people do use it. It's kind of a situational, personal thing, but I use it at one. Monster Reborn, stable. And my personal tech choice is my body as a shield. Because, say for instance, they depriz, flip my body, or anything that destroys one card, or anything that does that. I mean, it's 1500, but I mean, it's still pretty good to save you in case you're going for OTK or something like that. So, yeah. Now we're on to my traps. I run two bottomless. Two bottomless because the simple fact I don't like Solemn Warning. One, it's overpriced. Two, you pay 2,000 life points just to do the same thing bottomless does. And if people read bottomless closely, you see that it says summons. So, you know what I'm saying? You can always destroy more than one card with bottomless. I mean, that's the way the card says. So, I think it beats Solemn Warning any day. That's just my opinion. Mirror Force, stable. Torrential, stable. Icarus in this deck. Now, Icarus, most people run at one. I've seen a few people run it at two, because I guess two is kind of like, you know what I'm saying, a precautionary measure. Like somebody pulls out Stardust or some other stuff. They might want to get rid of something. They use Icarus. I mean, it wouldn't stop Stardust, but it still would destroy backfield, extra monsters that you just need to get out the field, stuff like that. But I run it at one, so it's really never a dead draw. Two Compulses. Staple for most of our decks. If you look in most of our decks, you'll see Compulse because it's just good. It's good in any deck. I mean, they pull out a monster, guess what? Send it back to your hand. I mean, that makes a lot of people mad. Say you pull out Stardust, hey, send it back to your hand. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make you mad. Hey, you pull out Black Rose, send it back to your hand. You just wasted all that time. and 2 Peroxy D Prisons. If you've seen in our last video, we have some, but we have some on the way for this deck too. So D Priz is a very good card for Stardust, as was said in one of our last vids. D Priz is a good card for just about anything. I mean, you can run Sekuretsu. I thought about it. I'm just Peroxy and D Priz in for test measures right now. But yeah, D Priz is really good. Next, on to the Synchros. I don't have very many Synchros in here yet. I mean, I'm working on it. I'm going to. I had a little situation come up where most of mine came up missing, but we're not going to talk about that. So, starting off, Stardust. Stardust, as we said earlier, and as everybody says, is just it's a must-have in a synchro deck. It doesn't matter. You gotta have Stardust. Dragunity Knight Varanagen. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. I have 1 Peroxide in for right now because 2 is just outrageous how fast you can bring out level 8s. So all the level 8s that people think you couldn't bring out, when you have Flanix when you have Flanix in the graveyard, it's synchroing all day. They're not going to stop your synchro power. Flanix is really good, along with the synchros in this deck. And Dragunity Knight Gaybulge. I ran him at 2 at one point, but I'm gonna drop him down to 1. I might put him back up to 2. I mean, he's good. Somebody attacks with something big and you need to get rid of it. Remove a wing beast from your grave. Add however much attack that had to it, and yeah, it can really change the game if somebody doesn't pay attention to him. Last but not least, my personal favorite synchro in this deck, Thought Ruler. Thought Ruler and Stardust out on the field at the same time is ridiculous. Because if they use Mirror Force, get rid of Stardust, save Thought Ruler. If you attack with Thought Ruler, they use Deep Priz, use Thought Ruler's effect, pay 1,000, get rid of it. These two out on the field at the same time is very, very, very annoying. And I don't have them in my deck right now. They're not even out yet, but when they do come out, I will have Dragunity Knight, Barakacha, and Trident. Trident, everybody's iffy on Trident, but Trident is going to be a really, really good card, I think, personally, just because you play Trident down, remove 3 out the extra deck, and it's devastating. Like a lot of people run. Personally, I think a lot of people run a lot of extra deck cards that they really don't need. So I mean, if you get rid of stuff like Stardust, Black Rose, anything that's specific in their deck, it'll really hurt them really bad. I mean, but yeah. But yeah, YouTube, that's a Dragunity build right now. It'll probably change before the next. I'm trying to change it, get it ready for regionals. But yeah. If y'all have any comments, comment, rate, subscribe. Dark Brotherhood out.